I'm going to show you 7 creative phrases in your quit smoking campaigns to ethically and effectively convert smokers into vapers without making illegal health claims. And this video starts right now. Hey, what's up? This is Jesse from VapeMentors. This is video number 2 in our series on how to effectively run a quit smoking campaign for New Year's resolutions and for the rest of the year anytime you run this type of campaign. If you have not watched the other videos, look for a link in the description and you'll be able to watch video number 1 and all the other videos in this series as well. Okay, so before we begin, what is a health claim? We know that vaping is 95% safer than smoking. Unfortunately, due to some FDA regulations, we can't make those health claims because there aren't any clinical trials and a bunch of other illegal mumbo-jumbo that we just, unfortunately, our hands are tied and we can't make these claims. So an illegal health claim example would be vaping is safer than smoking. Like I said, we know that's true, but we can't say it. Another one would be vaping will help you quit smoking. That one has not been proven clinically yet, so we can't say it. So what can you say? Here are the 7 phrases that vape shop owners in the US are using to create marketing campaigns that are legal to convert smokers into vapers. And I want to thank Dave Norris, Brian Uzun, and Mark Sliss from our Facebook group for contributing these phrases. And I also want to encourage you to stay to the end. I'm going to show you a sign that Mark Sliss puts out on outside of his vape shop to get people walking along outside of his vape shop to come in and start asking questions. And it's a really creative sign. You're going to absolutely love it when you see it.
This video is made possible by TapMango. Keeping customers is hard. TapMango helps you build an engaged community of raving fans. That's because it's not just a loyalty program. It's the most comprehensive customer engagement platform on the planet. It has gamification, mobile payments, social media integration, SMS campaigns, and way, way more. Watch our webinar with TapMango to learn more. Click on the link in the description to get a free demo, or go to vapementors.com/tap and be sure to ask about the VapeMentors discount.
Okay, so here are the recommended phrases. Phrase number 1 is simply, come make the switch today. The reason this is okay is because it does not say that it will help you quit smoking, it just is encouraging you to switch. And the reason that it works is because it's got a strong call to action. It's got urgency. Come switch today. Come make the switch today. And it gets people thinking, I need to do this right now. And it's also an easy thing to do. It's just switching, it's not quitting. Phrase number 2 is replace your smoking habit with vaping. The reason this works is, again, it's not making any health claims. It's not saying that you're going to be able to quit smoking. It's just encouraging them to replace it. And the reason that works is because it's an easier transition for people to understand. They don't have to quit anything. They're just simply replacing what they already do with something that is similar to smoking. And it's an easy thing for people to understand. Phrase number 3 is vaping provides a satisfying alternative to smoking. The reason this is okay is, again, this is not saying that you're going to be able to quit smoking with vaping, but it's just saying that it's still satisfying and it's an alternative. And the reason that works is that people have a misconception that vaping is not as satisfying as smoking, because if they haven't tried vaping yet, they wouldn't know that. And so you're getting that idea implanted into their mind, and it's easy to have that conversation that's saying, this is actually still very satisfying, and it's again playing on that replacement, not complete quit. So it's easier for people to understand that they're just replacing rather than quitting. And so I like that phrase for 2 reasons. Phrase number 4 is, it's hard to quit, it's easy to switch. The reason this is okay is because, again, it's not saying you're going to definitely quit. It's just acknowledging that it's hard to quit and that maybe you can try switching as an alternative. And the reason that this works from a marketing perspective is that you're actually empathizing with the customer. You are acknowledging what the customer and yourself already know, that smoking is hard to quit, and that's an objective fact. Smoking is difficult to quit, and when you empathize with your customer and you actually connect with them and you make them feel like you understand them, they're more willing to receive a message about what you're trying to sell and the alternative that you're trying to give them. So I like that marketing message a lot for those reasons. Phrase number 5 is, save money, start vaping. Now, I'll admit that this is a controversial one because it's not always true that vaping is less expensive than smoking. It depends on the tax rate of the vaping products in the market. It depends on the type of e-liquid that the customer prefers. If they like premium e-liquids, they're going to be paying more. It depends on how much nicotine that they feel like they need, or how often they're going to be vaping. So, this one is up for debate, but it's still is it still can be true, and it's still an interesting thing to get people to think about, that hey, actually vaping can be less expensive than smoking. And by the way, if you phrase it, a lot of really heavy smokers buy cartons and they don't just buy single cigarette packets. So that is something to think about. In some markets, cartons are like $50, and so that's an easy way to sell a piece of hardware. And $50 every week or every 2 weeks is what some people are spending on smoking. And so that's something to keep in mind when using this phrase. And the reason it works is, again, it's not saying you're going to definitely quit. It's just giving them an alternative into thinking, wow, maybe I can save some money. And that's also why it works so well, is that people love saving money. And if you also give them the argument that over the long run, when they start tapering down their nicotine use, and the goal is to not vape at all, then you're definitely saving money, because you're not taking anything, you're not spending money on anything. Phrase number 6 is, do your clothes stink? Try vaping. I love this one because it's certainly not a health claim. You don't need a scientific study or a clinical trial to prove that smoking makes people's clothes stink. So this is clearly not a health claim, and it works because every single smoker, including you, who if you are a former smoker, knows that smoking makes your clothes stink, and your family and friends are likely to have complained or mentioned something saying, hey, I don't like the way your breath smells, I don't like the way your fingers smell, I don't like the way your clothes smell. When you're smoking, please quit smoking. And I don't know about you, but I will do anything to not be nagged by the people in my life. And so this works for a lot of reasons, because it really connects people on an emotional level with the people around them who have already asked them to stop smoking for a reason that's very common. So that's a very popular one to use as well. This is phrase number 7. This is the bonus one I was telling you about. This is the sign that Mark Sliss, one of our Facebook group members, puts outside of his vape shop. It says, quitting smoking? The FDA says we can't help. Stop in for details. I love this for so many reasons. It's not making a health claim. In fact, it's just stating a very obvious fact that the FDA has stated. It says that, you're almost shoving it in their face, saying, yeah, the FDA says that we can't help you quit. Well, let's talk about it. And the reason this is really effective in marketing is because it actually is it's called interrupt marketing. People are going to be walking down your street, and they're going to see that sign, and they're going to think, that's actually an interesting idea. And if they're a smoker, they might actually come in and start actually wanting to talk about it. Seth Godin calls this the purple cow effect. You can look that up. Anytime you can interrupt people and get them to read your sign or pay attention to your business is a positive. So I love this sign for a lot of reasons. And thank you again, Mark Sliss, for the contribution in our Facebook group. Okay, so that's video number 2. Please let me know down in the comments which phrase you like the most, or let me know of a phrase that you're using that I didn't mention that you think is a helpful one for other vape shop owners to use in their vape shop. And please also share this video with other vape shop owners that need help with their quit smoking campaigns. Like and subscribe this video. We're going to be doing a lot more videos just like this. Thank you so much for being a follower of VapeMentors, and stay tuned. Here's to your success. Thank you again.